Welcome into week 4, round 1, season 23 Cosmic Crucible. So going up against DNA today, which we kind of expected. Um, I already dropped one attack, but unfortunately it's due to what looks like a bug, unless someone can figure out what the hell's going on, but I don't see how it's not a bug. You'll also see that DNA has a ton on offense, so I'm pretty sure that drop is basically a loss instantly. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. A little frustrated about this, but we'll go over it. So first room is a bit of a mishmash. What is it? Howard the Duck, stopping speed bar, stopping speed stat, a fast ultimate for Shadow King with a speed up here, and Blue Marvel. The problem with this is that I'm pretty sure Insidious 6 just eats this alive. So a little surprised to see this here, but I guess if you're using them as a cleanup against an Annihilus on defense, then maybe you have to get more creative here. Then we have Symbiote 6 with Annihilus, Toxin instead of Riot, which is actually what the bug centers around. So we'll see when we get there. I also pulled Daring Warriors to offense for this first round just to see if they can handle if Annihilus with Daring Warriors can handle Annihilus Symbiote 6, because I'm trying to find a solution that will scale beyond 1 diamond, and the answer is that it doesn't. It should beat 1 diamond, but I don't think it'll scale, so I'm probably going to put them back on defense and just pull my Symbiote 6 to offense again. So yeah, did a little bit of experimenting this round. This room is very fun. I'm not going to tell you why, but very fun room. Exalted X-Men with Quasar. This is actually pretty hilarious when you see the replay. Then we have what is this? New Mutants with Riot. Riot's interesting because it doesn't stop a Daemon, for example, but I do wonder if where is it? This guy, because he's big, plus this guy can kill accursed members basically just with these 2 attacks, because he's pretty big, he'll put vulnerables, then this guy will chain around and do an ISO hit, so I could see these 2 just killing some accursed into this, so it's pretty interesting defense. Then this random mishmash, Amazing Avengers with Maestro, it's kind of whatever, and then the classic Super Skrull with Immortal Weapon. So let's get right into it. Starting with stage 1, this was definitely overkill. Didn't need this guy, but just kind of bulletproofed it, and this guy was here as insurance. There's actually a fun interaction with these 2 that I am hoping to abuse in the future. Because, actually we can talk through that, because I think he's going to be an amazing character once he's built up. So, actually let's open him up first. So, one thing to know about him is that when someone gets dropped below 50%, he can do his ultimate immediately, and he gains, speed up, speed bar. Well, actually, he's not going to do this in Crucible, but he will gain speed up. And he's already 133. So what happens here is when Mephisto uses Empowered Basic, this guy will be able to ultimate turn 1, and in theory kill whoever is low from Mephisto. So Unprotected Blue Marvel means we get to do this. And see, this guy now has ultimate energy. Spider-Man does this, which doesn't really matter. He's meant to give a quick ping to Shadow King, but we're stopping speed bar with these 2 guys, so it's kind of irrelevant. And then here, Mephisto just outright kills him. I was hoping Kingo would kill him so that he would do his, because, hang on, we didn't even go over his ultimate. So he does 210 piercing, clear revive, clear charge, but he does it 4 more times, so 5 times total. And if it kills, he'll do it again on someone else. So I was hoping to kill Blue Marvel and have him do it again. And it's also a perma-kill, so it's really good. Unfortunately, Blue Marvel died, which, that's not unfortunate, but just did too much damage. So instead I do it here, but this guy just dodges half of it. I should have maybe done it on him just for fun. But yeah, kind of annoying. How much dodge does this guy even have? Because he dodged like 2 or 3 of them. Let's see. 20%. He's stealth mode, I guess. He's 20% dodge chance, and he dodged like half of that, so that's kind of annoying. Doesn't really matter, it's just kind of messing with the fun I was trying to have with this character. But see, he actually got the energy again, right? So he could just chain ultimates if you want to, so he's pretty cool. So then we do this as Blastar, we get her out of the way, because she's the one that's going next. Then we use an ultimate with Thunderstrike, and we finish it. So I love this guy. I think he's going to be super fun, especially with Mephisto on offense. I'm pretty sure he could do some really cheeky stuff because his special is actually an ability block, like a flippin' ability block. So I'm going to go all out on this guy. I really like him. But anyway, moving on to the next room where all the bad things happen. So this is where things went wrong. So my hope here was like, I want to see if this can one-shot this to see if it's worth pulling Daring Warriors instead of Symbiote 6 to deal with kind of like the big diamond characters, because there's a couple of 4 diamond characters in the mix this week. So I figured I'll try it out, see how it goes, because I know Daring Warriors can, take this after a sack, but what if Annihilus is in the mix? Can they, like, kill things? Now, I set up my ISOs in a way that would hopefully let me push him fast, and I made one positioning error, but something weird happens, and I have no way of explaining why what happened. So, I intentionally put Annihilus next to Thrasher because in my mind, like, I know this Toxin, and this is a big Toxin as well, that's also part of the problem. Like, this is a 4-diamond Toxin striker. So I put Annihilus next to Thrasher thinking, well, this guy is going to be durable, he's just going to heal it back up, so who cares? In hindsight, it should have probably been this guy, Daredevil, and left Annihilus off to the side. But what happens is, so this guy goes, sure, not a big deal. Then I get to go, and I made him a Skirmisher so I could have vulnerables on Annihilus. Also because Venom is here, I'm not going to get crits anyway, so might as well. So you see we got 2 vulnerables, cool. Unfortunately, because crit is on the table, this special on me, it does a lot of damage, a lot of permanent damage. See, like, after my attack, he's like, I guess we could see his stats comparatively because he crit, so there's definitely some RNG here. So he's at, what? This doesn't make sense. What the hell? What about mine? Weird. So anyway, yeah, I'm, let's say 40%, he's, let's say 60% because he managed to crit on me. So a bit of bad RNG there. That's what Venom is good for on offense. And now here's the problem. It's going to be hard to watch this, but Toxin is going to hit into Thrasher because that's how he works on defense. He goes on the controllers. Who he targets, though, is, I'm going to call random, but you can see down here it says performs special on Daredevil. Now watch closely what happens to my Annihilus. Because he hits Thrasher, and then does an extra attack on my Annihilus and just kills him with no rod. Like, I know he has a permakill, but the rod didn't work, even though the death proof thing came up. What I don't understand, though, is why did this guy do a second attack into my Annihilus? Like, that's the part that doesn't make sense, because it doesn't look like an ISO. If it was an ISO, it would have hit either Daredevil or Thrasher, but he hits him and then does an extra attack, and I don't understand where that extra attack comes from, or why my rod immediately, well, not the rod falling off, sure, but why did he immediately die to that as well? So I don't know why Annihilus just died here, basically. And at that point, I'm screwed. And I almost one-shot this despite that. I get really unlucky as well. So she's a striker to be able to, hit him hard because of the vulnerables that we've set up. So like, this should have also basically worked on a 1-diamond Annihilus, but I got some really, really bad luck. Also, there's an interaction here that I wasn't aware of that surprised me, because my plan was to have multiple vulnerables going into 2 strikers. So like right now he's got 1 vulnerable, and this is the part that confused me. We're probably lost this match, so we're going to make this an educational video. I'm probably here, apply 2 vulnerable. There's no cap mentioned here. So I expect I'll go from 1 to 3. Because he's also a skirmisher. But it goes up to 2, which is unfortunate. So now we do 1 striker hit into this. So, he kills everyone basically. And then the theory is that my speedball will then hopefully kill him, or not push the rod. But because I was down 1 vulnerable that I expected to have, he doesn't die. And also, here's the part that's really unfortunate. So like actually my speedball is 4 diamonds, so pretty respectable. 3%. I needed 3% damage, which would have been that one vulnerable to push him. So at this point, I kind of just lose basically because he's going to take a lot of turns. Because these guys are giving him speed bar basically. So unfortunately, I do not get to, like you can see here, my Eclipse doesn't even get to her second turn. Like if anything, it's actually a problem that I killed all the symbiotes because you see here now he gets to his ultimate really fast before I can even get to my second turn and just kills everything. So super easy cleanup, but clearly this the damage that it took to barely not push him means there's no way this comp will work on a 2 diamond 3 diamond Annihilus. Maybe if my Annihilus was alive and could take a second turn before this Annihilus, then maybe. But I don't feel confident basically in running this against a higher team. They're not as survivable, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna pull back my symbiotes and then hope that I get some assists and can push an Annihilus down. But anyway, yes, very frustrated that my Annihilus just seemingly died out of nowhere. No rod, and also why did he get that second attack? So this bug alone may have just cost me this round because my opponent has almost everything on offense, which sucks. So we'll see. Maybe they'll drop one. I'll be surprised if they do, but also my efficiency is not the best, so I'm pretty sure this is a loss. But anyway, enough about that. Let's move on to the other room. So stage 3, this is actually a very fun defense, and you're going to see why. But yeah, I figured Dread should be able to take Exalted variants. I brought in Breaker just to be safe because I didn't need him anywhere else, and my Dread are pretty big. I used all my G21 except for Scorpion to bring them up. Bring not Shocker, Electro, Mr. Negative, and Bullseye to G21 because they're old stat characters and they benefit a lot from getting pushed to G21, whereas Scorpion 20.5, you know, which is just giving him the middle piece, gives him the majority of the stats. So I'd say I have a pretty big team because I had high hopes for these folks, and clearly they can do it, but wasn't very efficient, and you are about to see why. I also know how to make this way safer next time because I was not expecting something to happen. But what's important to note, and why this gets really weird, and why this is a pretty fun defense. Quasar has this thing that when an enemy with exposed gains a positive effect, attack that enemy for a bunch of piercing, steal health, and reduce speed bar of that enemy by 15%. Now, luckily, actually let me confirm this. Yeah, luckily Breaker prevents fill and reduction of speed bar, otherwise this would have been a disaster. But what happens is, because of that interaction, so Storm gives everyone exposed, which means now every time I gain buffs, and assist now doesn't count, this guy is going to ping me. The other thing to note is Contagion, so the fastest character always gets this, which is Morph, and what that means is he will take more damage, he loses 10% of his speed stat, and loses 30% damage. And this guy's 5 diamonds. I was terrified of this man. So anyway, this guy will go later, basically. So, first attack, got a hit into Angel, but removes a taunt, so that's fine. Unfortunately, he also got the Unstable Anomaly. I was hoping this would go on literally anyone else, so I kind of figured, screw it, I'll just kill Angel here because he will take a bunch of extra damage. In hindsight, I should have all-in'd Quasar before anyone else, because you'll see now. So Quasar does his thing. You know, everyone's still fairly healthy, and Dread are immune to silence, so they don't care about the passive ping. Now I ability block Angel here, so that he will, you know, assuming he survives, that he will just do a. Wait, did he? Why didn't he get ability blocked? But you can see the ping's already starting, right? Are they immune to ability block? Did he resist it? Interesting. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm guessing he resisted it, so... Wait, how big is this guy again? I should have closed that. Dun, 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 4 diamonds. Yeah, I guess maybe he needs to be a skirmisher because the ability block there is pretty important if he survives, and he's not ability blocked, which means he would heal them all back up. Anyway, I do this, so now you should get ability blocked. Yep. So that's also bad, not bad targeting, but actually maybe it's good. I wanted to ability block him for when he goes now, but because he hits the mind control from, a lot of talking going on in this video, but deal with it. The mind control hits the target with the lowest speed, so Angel's guaranteed to get hit here no matter what. So at least pick the character with the highest damage to at least hit him as much as possible. So, you know, hurt him a little bit, gave him the ability block. Also, this guy now has Contagion as well, so he's going to take more damage, yada yada. Now Morph goes and hits into my Scorpion, but because he had, oh, sorry, he hits into my Mr. Negative, but you can see he didn't do that much damage, and he's 5 diamonds, so that was because of the Contagion, which is good. Still a lot of bleeds, but those will get cleansed on next turn, I think. So, again, here I just kind of go all in on Scorpion, not Scorpion, on Angel. I don't know why I got an assist there, though. Why did I get an assist? What does this guy do? Why did my Shocker also attack? Oh! So, God, there's so much going on with this new team. Not Shocker, Electro. I always make that mistake. It's because of the 5 charged. So on that turn, Electro has 5 charges, so after Bullseye goes, does his ping. And, yeah, Android Ally turn gain 2 charges. So yeah, that's why Angel died there, which is pretty good. But I should have all-in'd Quasar. The funny thing hasn't happened yet, so... Anyway, Wolverine goes, a lot of damage, but you can see my team is still pretty durable. Now I do a basic here. Boop. Good damage, good damage. Oh, and assists are now on the table because an Exalted member has died. But look at this. Eventually I'll get a turn, right? Now, can you imagine if Speedbar was... not in play here, he would have just rewinded my entire team multiple times. So yeah, Quasar alone basically did a bunch of bad things. So that's pretty hilarious. I also don't know why it happened after Silver Surfer Breaker did his attack. Ah, he's dead now, so I can't see that, can I? I'm guessing he gave like a regen out. I'm gonna look at this on the side, one sec, because I don't know why that did so many pings. Let's see, flip 3 positives on burner, clear all negatives on self. Yeah, I actually don't know why he did so many attacks after the Breaker basic, because that doesn't... Oh, it's because of all the assists. All the assists gave out, let's see, from the characters here. This does not do anything. This flip 2 positive to negative on the part. So, no. I need to gain buffs for this to be a bad thing. Let's see, Scorpion... Gain 2 regen for 2 turns, so that would be him. Ah, there it is, 2 regen on all character, to all allies. Defense up to all allies. And then, yeah, so the assist from Breaker actually almost killed everyone. Anyway, Morph gets to do his ultimate now. This is going to be a full damage ultimate, which actually almost killed my Scorpion there because this guy's 5 diamond and very angry. And we get to do an ultimate. You can see here, I'm just like, Quasar has to go. I can't afford to have all these pings again, which happen every time now because Scorpion will assist and give his regen out, so the pings are constantly happening, and he's healing up because of that. So what I do is, and that's a fun thing with Scorpion's ultimate, which we'll check out in a sec, but you see these 3 died. Because what happened is, it's a new team, we can talk about it. So it takes all the negatives from every ally, puts it on himself, flips all negative allies on self, and then puts all those positives as negatives on the primary target. So I had a lot of regens from all the assists, so those turn into bleeds when they're flipped. So I attacked, they're gone now. I attacked Morph here and peppered him with debuffs, and then those are all spread from primary to adjacent. So basically I took a ton of debuffs, put them on Morph, and then spread them from Morph to everyone else. And then all 3 of them just bled out. So this ultimate is very powerful, really good. if you can play into the positioning of characters. Um, but yeah, not a clean fight, all because of Quasar. So yes, next time I see this, if I do, I'm going to ignore everyone and just all in Quasar, because once assists were back on the table, I almost died because of that. So fun little defense, definitely causes Dread trouble. If my Dread was smaller, they probably would have died. So yeah, this is a fun one. Moving on. Moving on to stage 4, not going to show this, it's just Damon, doesn't really change anything. It's exactly what you'd expect. I did take 2 extra turns because this guy survived the double tap, because he was not touched by Yo-Yo. So everyone else died. I did an APOC ultimate and Falcon Punch, that was 2 turns, but otherwise pretty safe. Room 5, this was just straight overkill at this point. It is Maestro, who is still 5 yellow. 5 red, honestly, is not going to change that much. Yeah, so these guys stop speed bar, speed stat. But Professor X here is just going to obliterate them all. But actually, I think there's the positioning bug here. Yeah, so here's another bug for you. If Blade is not over here, he does not stop speed stat. So I got to just completely go ahead of them. Franklin and Invisible Woman would go ahead of them anyway. And with Professor X here, like, sure, Spider-Man would take a turn, but he's not going to really kill anyone here with Professor X. So it wouldn't have mattered, but heads up for DNA, if you're watching this video, you have to move your blade. Otherwise, speed stat's not being stopped. But otherwise, you know, the only real threat here is Spider-Man. And he's going to bleed out no matter what. But then Franklin goes, and they all die. So definitely overkill. Didn't really need Professor X, but I had not too much on offense, but because DNA had so little on defense, I ended up with just way too much. Let's just go move on into the last room. I made one slight mistake here in the last room, so if I lose to efficiency, it might be because of this. This should have been Oath here. I was just already kind of annoyed because of that Annihilus attack. So usually I bring Oath in here. I was just kind of building the team and was like, whatever. So I let them take a few turns and took away efficiency. Oath here just kind of guarantees you get back to your second turn a lot faster. Songbird is fine, she's just not as good. So also this Sus, actually, how big is he? Because he survived long. See, my Black Knight is 5 diamonds, so usually Sus will do 2 attacks and then die. So let's see, how big is he? He's only 4. This seems wrong. He's only 4 diamond, but somehow he survived. So we do this with Dakin. Then Sus goes again. And boop, boop. And usually he dies here. But he barely didn't. And he's got a taunt on him. Why does he have taunt? Oh, it's because of the heal block. So unfortunately he's survived, so I was forced to Old Man Logan's special into him. And also I couldn't hit it. He didn't have any vulnerables either, so I couldn't get like a second hit, but he would have died anyway, so a little less speed bar here than usual. Then I did the Songbird special here. I could have done the ultimate, but it's a little bit more damage when you do the special, so I figured I'd just kill this clump. Now, because I didn't bring Oath, this guy gets to take a turn. And that's why she's kind of silly that I brought her, because he will ultimate into him. Also because I've dropped my taunt here, and he actually kills him. So the revive here came in clutch, and then I get to go and just ability block all of them, so it's not a big deal. However, a basic on Dakin still kills him. So you know, again with Oath, Dakin would have rewinded them before they could take any turns. So basically, I just let them take turns because I was kind of tilted with that bug. I was never at risk of losing this, but there's definitely a world where if somehow DNA does drop one, the efficiency that I lost here could be the reason why I lost. So that'll tilt me even more. But it is what it is, as they say. So yeah, a few extra turns that I didn't need to take. and that's it. So anyway, bit of a long video, but it was a lot to talk about with Dread because it's a new team. So talking about the mechanics took a while. So yeah, let's see if somehow DNA dropped the ball. As expected, DNA is a good player, so he was able to one-shot everything. My efficiency was a little bit higher, 89 to 87. So yeah, I still don't know why I dropped that attack. I have no idea why Nihilus died. If I'm missing something somewhere for why that bonus attack occurred, let me know. But you know what? Let's just take a quick look, just in case I'm missing something obvious here. Because let's see. Can't be revived. Yeah, sure. Gain assist. Sure. On kill. Sure. Enemy drops, flip a positive, blah 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 blah. Can't gain, nothing about an extra attack in here. And the special, get off its up, stun, primary and adjacent, yep, so this part worked fine. Hits the controller, unavoidable can't be blocked. Yeah, so no idea where that extra attack came from, so I reported it. Hopefully they figure it out, because it's unfortunate to lose to stuff like that, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So GG DNA, see you next time, and see you all tomorrow.